Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Naruto chapter 660. And I really like this chapter. I did. I mean, at first I wasn't really thinking that it was. At first I was thinking it was going to be a cool chapter. I was reading through it. It was just a nice story. At first we get some serious part. Well, it's all serious, but at first we get like story relevant progression. We get story progression with stuff about Madara. All right, Madara, he ends up deciding that while extracting Yuki and Kurama, he's also going to be sealing the other tail beasts who are already extracted. Okay, and he's going to start with Shukaku because he's the one tail. So start at number one, then work your way to the others. It seems like common sense to start at number one. And Gaara steps up and he's trying to protect Shukaku. And this is when we get these flashbacks, and I like them. I really did. First, we get the brief flashback of Shukaku talking with Gaara in his younger days. We at one point we get a flashback of older Gaara talking to Shukaku after he met Naruto. I guess like in the time skip, during the time skip, I guess. But the main flashback is this, not really a backstory for Shukaku, but it's more like it's a flashback about Shukaku and the previous Jinchuriki, his previous Jinchuriki, and I just liked it. I mean, I thought it was a nice story how this old priest, was a former Jinchuriki, and how no everyone treated him like crap, just like they do all the other Jinchuriki in the world, and the ways he got through it, and just the way he talked with Shukaku. I just thought it was interesting, and I liked it. And the best part for me was the end, where I think he said his master was the one that put these kanji seals on his hand, and Shukaku's at the end of the flashback when the priest is about to be taken away. Um, Shukaku says that you're one of a kind. I don't think I'll ever find another Jinchuriki like you. And he's trying to tell him, that's not true. You just have to make sure to open your heart to them. And the kanji on his hand, one of them was heart, and the other one was receive. So it's like he's pretty much telling him you have to open yourself and be willing to receive the new Jinchuriki that you get, and just open your heart to them, and you can have the same relationship that you have with me. You can have an even better one. You just have to be willing to open your heart to them, and not just focus on this I want to destroy the human race crap that you've been doing. And those very symbols that are those very kanji that are symbols for that former Jinchuriki, the priest, are the same kanji that are on Gaara's forehead. Okay, so I thought that was great. How it's like, I'm not sure if Kishi had planned that from the very moment he introduced Gaara, but I've never even really thought about why Gaara had kanji on his forehead. I never really thought about it. I saw it there, but I just didn't really care enough to think about it. But no one, you don't see many people walking around with kanji on their forehead, so I would have to assume that Kishi did in fact plan this out. Especially since Gaara didn't exactly start off as the type of character who'd, be willing to open his heart to someone. So, oh, then again, maybe hi the old Jinchuriki's master might have been like, maybe those seals were some type of seals to help with the control of the tail beast or something. I don't know, because they're both Jinchuriki and they both have the same seals, so, on their kanji. I mean, I keep saying seals, same kanji on their body, also because they're different parts. But it could just be that they're both Jinchuriki, so they both had those marks placed on them. But it doesn't even really matter, because I still think that Kishi planned this out from the very moment he introduced Gaara. So I think that's pretty cool. How he's been planning out this backstory and stuff the entire time. And he's just been like waiting for the moment to put it in there and give Shukaku this development and have him to progress to the type of character who is actually willing to work with Gaara. So I thought that was a really cool moment. And Gaara, after the flashback ends, we see Gaara protecting Shukaku, and Madara tries to attack him and stop him from preventing him from sealing Shukaku inside the Ghetto Mazo. And Shukaku puts his hand up, blocks him, talks about his absolute defense and everything, but Madara actually manages to get around the absolute defense and knock Gaara down. And once Gaara gets back to his feet, Kurama talks to him for a little bit and asks for a favor. And at the end of this chapter, Kurama seemingly gets extracted from Naruto. And, at first you're thinking, Kurama had a plan. They talked to Gaara about it. They probably have a plan to counteract this or prevent Madara from legitimately extracting him or something like that. But you see Gaara's face and he's worried. So that favor Kurama asked for probably had nothing to do with him being extracted. Because Gaara was surprised to see Kurama get extracted there. So it's not like he was expecting it, and that their plan was for that specific scenario. So I don't know. It could be either or. I mean, maybe Gaara's just acting. I doubt it. But I mean, even if Kurama gets extracted from Naruto, it's not like he'll die right away because he's an Uzumaki. So I would like for Kurama to have legitimately been extracted. I think that would be a cool development. But yeah, I mean, it looks like he was. I mean, Naruto doesn't have the chakra around him anymore. I doubt that it was just he pulled the chakra. Oh, maybe it was actually. Mm. Oh, I'll I'll just I'll just leave it there because I can't be sure that Kurama was legitimately extracted, especially because of that. One, because Naruto's the main character. Two, because Kurama made that plan, but at the same time, because Naruto's the main character, he wouldn't die from it. And Gaara's reaction makes it seem like that thing that he talked to Kurama about, has nothing to do with that specific situation. So, you can't really be sure. It could go either way. But that's it for this chapter, and I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 because, one, the flashback was just really, really good. Plus, we got that ending with Kurama giving directions to Gaara for something, plus Kurama seemingly being extracted, so I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. But, yeah, that's it for now, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.